Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So what I'm doing today are mushrooms. So these are some mushrooms that I've been doing lately, and I've been enjoying doing these mushroom doodles using different watercolor techniques and a couple gel pens. And here's the one I'm going to be doing today for you guys is this one right here. I thought they looked really whimsical and cute, and we'll be using some watercolor techniques, a few of these, and I'll show you how I did it. First of all, I start with my 100% cotton Meeden watercolor block, and I wet it down pretty good. And the colors I'll be using are Gamboge. I'll just tell you along the way. And some green gold. And I'm kind of letting the colors mix on the paper there. So wet and wet mix on the paper. And then I'm throwing in some brown matter. And then I will also be splattering in some sepia, right? No, that's the green gold there mixed with the brown matter. And then I will be using sepia also. And the other color is a cobalt green. And I'm just kind of, all these paintings turned out different. I'm doing these are intuitive. I didn't really plan them out. All I know is that I wanted to do mushrooms and just see where it takes me. And I add some salt. So the fun thing about these type of paintings is you kind of just see what designs you have, what you can make out of it, because I will be using some negative painting to bring the mushrooms uh, out of that background there. So after looking at it, I think I saw, okay, I can see where I might be able to create some mushrooms out of this. So I just took my brown matter. You can take a pencil, you could do whatever you want. This is just intuitive for fun and, do it your own way. But I took a little bit of my brown matter there and kind of just used negative painting to create the mushrooms. As you can see from the beginning, my other mushrooms that I did were different than these. Each time you do a painting like this, it turns out differently, and that's one of the things I love about doing these type of paintings is you just don't know how they're going to turn out. Might come out with a masterpiece, or you might come up with something that is all right, but whatever it is, it's fun. You just kind of let your mind go and just create. So I did see a cool spot there on the top middle there that was white. So I wanted to keep that white. So I kind of painted around that white and kept that for the whole painting. So basically I'm just kind of painting around the mushrooms, creating them, making them stand out using negative painting. And you can do this with any color, but I prefer to start with my lighter color first, the brighter, lighter color first, and then I will be adding layers as I go. So the first layer is just washes with some salt. Let that dry and then look at it and see if there's something that you can create out of your designs, or like I said, mine was mushrooms, so I kind of just used negative painting to paint around them and make them pop out. So here I'm just keep on adding more layers of color. And then there I'm dropping in, started wanting to add some darker color, some contrasting colors. So that color right there is the cobalt green hue. Um, it's an interesting color. It's by Winsor and Newton. I don't use it too often. I think it works really well for forests. I reminds me kind of like of a cascade green. So anyway, after I added some of that, I took my rubbing alcohol dropper, and wanted to start creating some blobs, some circles, because I just, love this technique of using the alcohol, because I think it just, you don't know what's it really gonna look like. Sometimes they turn out pretty cool. Other times they kind of just blend in. It depends on the paint, I've noticed, and how wet the paint is when you do drop the blobs in there with the alcohol. I have noticed if the paper is too wet, if there's a puddle, the alcohol doesn't work as well, or it just kind of spreads out, um, and you just don't notice the brown circles it makes there as much. So then after I did those alcohol blobs, I'm coming back with my sepia. I'm using a pretty dark mixture of sepia. As you can see, I'm holding it in my left hand there. And I'm just coming back to create some contrast and darkness. I really want those mushrooms, and I want uh, the designs or the round blobs, and some of the interesting designs too, or shapes in the background that was created just from my first layer. I'm trying to save some of those too. So I'm just kind of going around different areas with my sepia. And I am, like you can see, I'm preserving the mushrooms and the inside of the mushrooms, and the ground that the mushrooms are growing out of, or whatever you want that to be. So then I decided to come back and add some more of the rubbing alcohol dots to the painting. The cool thing about those rubbing alcohol dots too is you can it like sometimes it pushes it pushes the paint away basically. Um, and you can get some interesting designs within those blobs of alcohol too, so you never know what you're really going to get. All right, so then I came back again with another layer. I wanted this, painting to be nice and dark, so because decided to use a gold pen, and I wanted the gold to really pop when I was done painting. I wanted the gold to really pop when I add my embellishments and details. So that's why I did this painting pretty dark with the sepia. Plus, I wanted it to have like a kind of a dark woodsy feel to it. So I'm just going around some of those areas and leaving some areas alone. Just trying to create um, some kind of whimsical scene in my mind. This, I have to say, this type of coloring watercolor painting is probably my favorite thing to do. I just enjoy seeing what happens with the watercolor, what I can create out of just some shapes. To me, it's the most fun to do. I mean, I do like drawing a painting and trying to paint, paint a drawing, or paint something that is detailed or something. But I don't. They have to concentrate a little bit more on. But I also really enjoy doing these type of paintings because you just don't know what you're going to get, and it's just so relaxing to me. So then I decided to come back with some of. I used the brown matter there just to start adding some details, shape, and shadows to the mushrooms. And you could do whatever style mushroom you want. I'm going to do some other ones with different style mushrooms. These were just your kind of your basic mushrooms. But there's so many cool mushrooms that you could really do. Some really neat stuff. So I just kept on adding light layers of my colors to the mushrooms and trying to preserve the salt effect that's inside the mushrooms. You could still see that because I that was one of the reasons why I painted around the mushrooms, because to preserve that salt effect. So then I started to add details to the mushrooms with my fine liner. As you can see, I started the one on the left. I didn't want you to have to sit through every little fine liner detail that I decided to add, because you can just go crazy and add whatever type of details you want. But I wanted to keep these lines kind of dainty, swirly. That's why I use the fine liner, and I lined around some of those blobs too there, and added some designs to inside the blobs too. I thought some of them looked like maybe a cut of wood, like the diameter looking into looking through the a trunk, looking like when a trunk. Oh my God, I can't even talk. When a tree is cut, the trunk, you can see all the different layers of growth and stuff. Some of them look like that to me. So I kind of did that with some of those round blobs and try to keep it kind of looking kind of woodsy. And then with the mushrooms, kind of emphasizing some of the details that were on the mushrooms with the black liner. Just trying to add whatever I see. So I'm going to go ahead and quit talking and just let you enjoy the rest of the video, and you'll see what I do. I come back with my gold pen. I add some details with my gold pen, and that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this and give it a go when you want a fun, kind of relaxing painting to do. I think it would look really cute in a journal. I'm going to actually do another one, and I have a journal that's just for like woodsy, my woodsy journal I call it. So I'm going to be doing some of these in my woodsy journal. But thanks again for watching, and I will have another video coming out, my Owl of the Month, but then I'm going to be on hiatus for about 2 to 3 weeks, so I won't be adding any videos for a little while, taking the end of summer break. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your summer, and we'll see you soon. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.